And we're live. All right, morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. So we're running a little bit late this morning, but that's all right. Big up to the people I'm tuning in. Shout out to the people going to work and coming in from work. Manners and respect to each and every one of you this morning. Let me put my board over here. So, all right, here we are. Great goodies. Thank you for being the first one in this morning. Let me do my traditional startup and then I get into the show. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra, special, big up. Shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Shout out to my entrepreneurs, my stay-at-home moms and pops, my retirees. Shout out to the drivers, Uber driver, Lyft driver, truck driver, taxi driver, food delivery drivers, round town and long distance truck drivers. Shout out to the garbage truck driver. Shout out to every single clean-hearted, good-hearted person who wants good for others as much as you want good for yourself. Shout out to you. You're a good person. Manners and respect to each and every person tuning in this morning. And this morning we have a couple of things to talk about, but one thing mainly. We're just like a touch and go. There's a lot that's going on right now. Should we say rest in peace to Merciless? For those of you who have been in the dancehall sphere for quite some time now, you will remember the legendary Merciless. Y'all fly all the way from Paris. And I tell me, say she afraid of Chuck Norris. She no want a man to thump and box and kick Mavis. Want a man that is romantic. Well. Merciless, the brother passed away. All right. I'm late for this video this morning because I was actually putting together kind of say goodbye tribute. So I had to like chop and edit and put some of his moments on stage and his last moments on stage and these things together to say a proper goodbye to him and I give a proper send-off salute to a real legend, right? And I had to get the story together as well. So that video will be posted after we go through this morning. Funny enough, though, that ties right into this morning because I got contacted yesterday by a brother who said, SouFLo, give me some advice, help me out. And this turns out to be men's health issues. See? So seeing Merciless now, who just turned 51, which is relatively young to be passing away, just turned 51. I think he turned 51 like 3 weeks ago or something like that. And getting contacted yesterday by this, which I'm going to read, the Dear SouFLo. Haven't done a Dear SouFLo in a while. And I told my wife yesterday, I said, yo, I'm going to do a Dear SouFLo this morning. That's why I didn't want to text her. Because, you know, when people talk to you, I tell all the people who are contacting me and are saying, SouFLo, I have a story for you. I want to give you the full story. It's not disrespect when I tell you I'm not going to remember. Because someone will call and say, okay, I'm busy, but I have a few minutes. Lay it for me. You talk for 30 minutes. I can't remember that. And then you want me to go tell it back to the audience, and then you're telling me, but you have to take out the part there, and don't say the part there. And don't say, I can't remember all that. So somebody contacted me like that yesterday, and I had to write it. But through me not too tech savvy now, I write it in the part of, like if I'm sending wifey a message, I write it right there so as if I was going to send her the message. And then I couldn't send her no more messages for the rest of the day because when I send her the whole thing. So that's where I have it. So as he's talking, I'm writing. But I want this to be us educating, helping, and uplifting each other, right? You have one life to live, my friend. And we have to come out of the dark ages. Yes? So that's what we're going to do. I wanted to make sure that we also mention Donna Donaldson today again. And we should mention her every day. So these people don't feel like, yeah, them get a 3-day hype and nobody now talk about it again. So sweep it under the rug now. We're not going to do that. All right. So every day we're going to at least keep abreast with what is going on so far. What kind of rumors out there, who is saying what. We just like a talk. So them know say we're still paying attention to it and we're not ignoring it. She still has not been found. Her family is still worried. Her mom is worried sick, which like any mom would be. If your beautiful daughter or son is missing, you're going to be up in I don't know, you're going to be going crazy, right? Any good parent would be. So Donaldson still not found. Nobody still has not been arrested. They haven't. Nobody has been brought in for questioning, sat down with their attorney in an attempt to say, okay, if you can't tell us where she is, we're going to charge you. Nothing. It's like it stopped right there. It's about to be swept under the rug, I'm telling y'all. So if y'all really don't just act like you care, just do your little part. Speak about it daily. See? And they will know that we're paying attention. With that said, on the Donnelly something, her mother did an interview with Cliff Hughes on Nationwide. Yes, I'm aware of that, Purple Royal. I haven't seen the interview, but I think you told me that yesterday, and I said I was going to. I just haven't seen it yet. But let me write that down. What channel is it on? So I can actually hear what Mommy has to say, because she said some things to the media before, and those I've gone off of. Like, she was the one that said that the relationship was marked by infidelity and accusations of infidelity, right? And I went off of that. So I wasn't just making that up when me say, yeah, it looked like him did a killer with Bun, and he was unfaithful a lot, and she still stayed and all that other stuff. So Nationwide on YouTube. Okay, thank you. And I'll go check that out when we're done here as well, after I post the Leonard Bartley send-off tribute. Merciless himself. It is appointed unto man to die once. Yes. And they say that a coward dies 1,000 deaths. A soldier dies but once, right? Don't spend your life living in fear. You're going to be dying like 1,000 times before you actually meet the real death. So live brave, live bold, live out, open, live free as you can be, and just know that this is not a practice run. This is not a rehearsal. This is not a I get to do this and then me I go come back later and hit the rewind button and set it back again and do this. You're on a one-way journey here, my friend. You ever see anybody leave come back yet in your lifetime? Your elders ever tell you about anybody that dead left and come back again? Okay, you're on a one-way journey. So make it count. Make it count. All right. Jane Anders says the press release or whatever was just a big blah blah. The names of the officer was more relevant than the missing person. Unbelievable. Yeah, they're twisting it up. They're twisting it up. They're making it into something that they're going to be able to sweep under the rug pretty easily. I can see about a week from now, mark my words, about a week from now, when all the hype dies down and everybody is not on it like they are anymore, like that caller said, we're all united in grief and we're all united in all the wrong things. We're all united only when there's excitement there. And once that dies down and something new happens, like 4 guys that were reported missing. Oh my God, they found all 4 of them dismembered, them chopped them up and put them in a shallow grave. That's breaking news in Jamaica right now. See, them kind of thing they are going. People are going to start to pay attention to something else and then not talk about it anymore. And then when we do the follow-up, them are going to say, oh, yo, remember that story there, you know? I was wondering what happened to her. So that's what they're waiting on. And they're going to drag this. I'm telling you, they're going to drag this along until it becomes nothing for us anymore. It's crazy. It's crazy. And I'm telling y'all, keep the comparison to the Vibes Cartel case to this case. Them lock up who them want to lock up. I said this before. They lock up who they want to lock up. Them frame up who they want to frame up. And they free who they want to free. And that's how it's going to go. But I want to see some justice for this family. It's crazy. It's crazy. It just looks weird. All of us from the outside looking in can actually see what happened, but we just can't say, and that happened, do this, right? We're waiting for them to do their jobs. And quite frankly, Donaldson, quite frankly, them not care. They don't care if we're watching. They don't care if we're watching. They don't care if they're governing wrong and we're watching. But we have to keep up. All right? So, again, say her name on a daily basis in some conversation. Donaldson on social media somewhere. So somebody pays attention still, and somebody still say, "Oh, yeah, them still haven't found her yet." Live on the air. Good morning.
Good morning, SouFLo. How you doing?
I'm good, family. How you doing?
Good. I have a question.
Yes.
Because Jamaica truly is not an independent country, is there a way for a group in Jamaica to petition either the UK government or the United Nations? Do they have any power outside of going to the Jamaican government to just kind of change the dynamic of what's happening on the island?
Interesting. Being that the Queen, from what I know, being that the Queen, and I did not know this, I thought the Queen was just a figurehead. The Queen has actual power and absolute power. And the Governor General sits in the Queen's place as her representation. So if we're gonna go outside, the only people we could go to is, say, to the Queen, which the Crown. Just like how the court system, our highest court is located in London at the Privy Council.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we're gonna go there though, here's the catch. We would still have to go through somebody that is in Jamaica. It's just like talk to God, but you have to go through your pastor. So you have to go talk to the Governor General. And in order to get to the Governor General, you have to go through. So really it's a no. Yeah. It's structured that way. Yeah. Even like if you have a case, right? And your case is, say you feel like you've been done wrong in your case, and you're like, I'm gonna fight this. I'm taking this all the way to the highest courts. The highest court, Privy Council, is in the UK, but you still have to get approval from the same people who denied you in order to go to the next step. You can't go past them and say, you're not dealing with this fairly. I'm going above you. You still have to get their approval.
Wow.
Right.
So what about the United Nations? Can a group of people or a nation of people outside of their government petition the United Nations
to step
in?
I don't know. I know the United Nations only comes in when things are falling apart. And
it's falling apart.
It's more than falling apart. It's more than falling apart. But for them, they don't see it as more than falling apart. It needs to be more guns out in the street, I guess, dead bodies rolling around, or some catastrophic event for them to step in. For us, it's already falling apart, but for them, it's not that bad.
And there's nothing that the Jamaica, because there's Jamaican diaspora could do. There's no one for us to reach out to as, say, a collective that we're going to mobilize and do anything to get some sort of.
Nope.
There's nothing.
No. Or between a rock and a hard place.
This is just a disagreement. Just to see how flippant they are and how like you're right. Like they're really like, this woman don't even have a body to bury. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like,
they don't care.
Are y'all that bad?
They don't care. When I heard when he said that they have 20 hours of video footage,
and yet they haven't looked at it.
Right. And it's like we're getting to it, and we'll get there when we get there. You know, in a state that's an emergency. Like, get to it now, please, kind of thing. Boy, and they don't care if you're watching and you're criticizing and you're trying to put a spotlight on them for the rest of the world to see their incompetency. They still don't care.
So the people have to get to the point of a Sri Lanka and come and knock over somebody's head.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. That's what it is.
This is just, I don't even have the words. Disgrace is not even the word. There's a word lower than disgrace, but I don't even know what it is.
It's disheartening to see.
It's just like, wow.
Yeah, it's disheartening to see.
Even in corruption, have some standards. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
My God, like you got no bottom at all?
At all. At all.
Oh my God, I don't know.
Yeah, well, we're over here trying not to be hopeless, even though we looked at all angles and it looks like a rock and a hard place kind of thing, but we can't be hopeless.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
All right.
We press forward. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Good thought. Good thought. But if you track it, you will see that they made sure that it's designed in that manner. Could you imagine that? Somebody wronged you, right? It's like you go to a store and the cashier stole your money and you said to the cashier, I need to see your manager. And the cashier goes, well, I have to approve your conversation with the manager. I think you just stole my money. I don't want to talk to you anymore. I want to talk to who is above you, who you answer to. Yeah, but you still need my approval. You can see how this is not going to go right already, right? That's where we're at. To answer that, that's where we're at with that. So yes, they don't care. I've been doing this now for quite a few years. I've really looked at it from every angle. They do not care. They're showing a lot of people on, but they prefer send people. They would prefer to send people after you so the people could bombard your channel or bombard whatever platform you're on and call you a hater and somebody who is an agent that's trying to disrupt whatever they got going on. And you don't mean Jamaica any good and all that. When all we're trying to do really is just see better, not just for one person, not just when there's an emergency or situations like this, but set it a certain way so that the next one and the next one and tomorrow and after can benefit from it, from a better system in place. But why? I saw it look. Donna Donaldson, say her name. And her mom, Mummy, we still with you. Okay, we're still with you. We haven't forgotten about your daughter. And I know this road gets lonely because when everybody get over the, oh my God, the hype, they're gonna go on with their lives. Her family is still stuck with this. She's still missing. Her mom's still wondering. Her dad's still wondering. Her siblings are still wondering where she's at. They're still hurting. Now their minds are going crazy as time drags on. And if they're anything like me, they're probably thinking the worst of the worst, because that's how I am. If one of my children fall on the other side of the house and I hear, I don't think, oh, he just accidentally ran into the wall or bumped his toe and it hurt. I'm thinking he climbed up on the high bed and fell off face first and bust up. So, it's going to be running through their minds like the worst of the worst has happened to her. Oh, God, I'm trying to keep these thoughts out my head. God, please bring her home. And you turn to whatever you can turn to in your time of troubles. You turn to whatever God you know or was taught to serve. You turn to whatever, but everybody else will go on with their lives. It's no longer exciting for them to talk about, but the family still needs justice. And that's going to go on. That's going to happen. So I'm just saying to the family that we're still with you, man, and we're still going to be saying her name daily. So you know that we're still with you, and we're still demanding that those who are in positions of power in this situation actually get off their asses and do something and stop doing this whole run around thing. I said it yesterday. Why haven't they done the whole luminol thing with this apartment? This apartment that they claim it has already been inspected. She was last seen there. Or in the car. The cars. I don't think they're pushing hard enough for an answer. I think they're slacking off and giving whoever did whatever time to cover up whatever it was that they did. And then this is going to be a case of Jasmine Dean. She vanished. No one's held accountable. They caught somebody with Jasmine Dean's belongings. And they didn't even charge that person. Them let him go. Y'all know that, right? They caught somebody with Jasmine Dean's belongings and they let him go. She's still missing. Nobody talks about Jasmine Dean anymore. Her family still does because it's their baby. Same thing is going to happen in this situation right here if we don't speak up, right? And them ain't the only two. There are many more like them. Star K, I appreciate you greatly. Thank you. Star K says, at SouFLoTV, I like when the caller speaks. Always makes sense. Tell that queen to follow me at KWemStar underscore one man. Shooting my shot, big bro. LOL. Star K. I'm sure she sees this, and we don't know. I don't know her personal situation. She probably has a husband. They'll shoot your shot. You might get shot back or shot down. I don't know, but there it is, right there. But she does. She's always on point. Always on point. Somebody with poise and a certain level of intelligence. I can tell. See, I always appreciate when she call in because she wake my brain up. But you shoot your shot. Hey man, it's life, and you only get one. You know, it's life, and you only get one. Damn. Listen, I want this morning to be about. I'm gonna segue now into the whole men's health thing. Let me first say, throughout the pandemic or whatever, I was home, and I didn't want to go into any medical facility. I want all my brothers to listen. If you are in here this morning, don't just turn this into a man show. You know somebody that's a male that you care about. Even if you're a woman and you don't have a man, you intend to have a man. So you're going to have take care of your husband or help your husband take care of himself, educate him on things he does not know, or your boyfriend or fiance, that's going to be a husband, could be your sons, could be your nephews, could be your father, etc. All right, so we're going to get into that this morning. Some comedy involved, but really want to keep it serious still. So let me pull this up real quick so I can read this. All right. This dear SouFLo says, SouFLo, I just turned 49 this year, and my nature is gone. My nature is gone. For those of you who don't know what nature is gone mean, it means that something not work right. If a man tell you same nature gone, ladies, if a man tell you his nature is gone for you, it means that he can't get a stiffy for you. He's not sexually attracted to you in that way. This person is saying my nature is gone. Just turned 49. My nature is gone. I've been with my wife for 11 years now, and our bedroom was always active, but ever since I passed 45, it's been a downhill slide. I just don't have the desire to do anything anymore. My wife says it's not bothering her, but I think she just loves me too much and fears that she will hurt my feelings. Once a month is a lot for us these days. I try to muster up the desire and energy so she gets it at least once per month, but there are times when 2 months will go by. I am starting to think aging sucks. What advice do you have for people like me? P.S. I am on the train listening to you every morning on my way to work, and I never miss an episode. I am also a paid subscriber, and thank you for all that you do. All right. This brings to mind a joke, because I remember an older man saying, young boy, I say him have problem. Young boy, I no problem yet. Problem is when she, remember we did that? Problem is when she strip it down naked and take it off and set it so feel and you can't do a thing about it. That's that. Now you have problems, right? And I laughed and I laughed and I laughed. I remember standing in the bathroom one day and I'm peeing. This is years ago. And I'm peeing and a man came and stood next to me and him lean up like this to pee. Hand on the wall over the urinal. And he was grunting. And I could hear his flow. And it was like trickle, trickle, drip, drip. Psst, trickle, drip, 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 drip. Man, I watch no man in the bathroom. I'm just saying, I was listening to the flow. And as I was walking away, because me that I pee, but my pee was like showering down the place. Whoosh! And he was like, lucky you. This is what you have to look forward to. And I was like, lucky me, this is what I have to look forward to. I think I was at a rest stop driving into Florida. That sign where it says, welcome to Florida. I normally stop at that sign and go in the bathroom and pee, and the man come in and pee next to me. And I got out and I walked out, went back in my vehicle, and I drove away thinking about that. Like, why was he peeing like that? So I honestly went and did some research, because he said, lucky you, this is what you have to look forward to. And I thought, me no want to pee like that, because it sounded like he was like having a baby to pee. Then through my schooling and research and everything, after I learned about an enlarged prostate, I learned about health issues with men, right? And as you age, things change. Naturally, things change. Your prostate actually enlarges naturally as you age. There's a lot to be said here. This year, after the pandemic and everything, I made it a point. Like today I have a dental appointment, right? Today I have a dental appointment, and then after the dental appointment, I have an appointment with a neurologist, because I went to go get my full physical. Remember, I think it was last week, right, when I told y'all I have to go to the VA because I have my appointment set up, so we had to cut the morning thought short. So I went, got my full physical, got referred to a neurologist after, and then also a ophthalmologist. So I'm gonna get my eye stuff done. And it's like a vehicle, and you've been using this vehicle over time. You know, some of us take better care of our cars than we do of our bodies, right? You shine it down, you armor all it down, the rims them shiny, the tire them wet looking, black and clean. You clean out the inside. Well, and you're maintaining it. You get your regular oil change done. Because you don't want the car to leave you on the side of the road, right? Well, bro, it's the same thing for your body. I'm in the gym and I'm talking to an older West Indian guy, and he said, how much children you have? Because I had the gym we go to actually has a daycare center. Kai likes to go there just so he can play with other kids, but he doesn't really need to be there. So I was walking in with him, and he goes, that's a nice young man you have there. How much children you have? And I told him, and he goes, oh, I have you by one. I beat you by one. I have 7. And we started talking. And he told me his age. And I asked him about aging. And he said, well, here's the advice I would give to you. Go to your doctor. Don't wait till something is wrong, because us, especially us black men, especially us West Indian black men, we wait until something is wrong to go to the doctor. Don't wait till something is wrong. Go and get your annual. And if you feel like anything is wrong before your annual, if you even think it, go get a check, right? And I was like, so you go to the doctor all the time, just randomly? Because I hate going to the doctor. I just have this fear that somebody might misdiagnose me and start treating me with something or try run some experiment using me, or may not trust them like that. And that's probably my thing. But end of the day, it's what it is. You should be going on a regular basis. Stop guessing and stop using bush tea and think bush tea can take care of everything, right? Kataja Empress, big up yourself, sister. Kataja Empress says your body needs maintenance. And it does. Your body needs maintenance. At a certain age, you start to lose some of your teeth even, right? Whether they start breaking up, or they start having a cavity underneath them, or they start whatever. So when you lose one tooth now, that empty space, the rest of your teeth start leaning towards that empty space. We were created that all our teeth function as in they hold each other in place. So when you move one out, it's like a domino effect. They start falling. So you have to go start see a dentist now. And now you're going to have to start thinking about implants to save the rest of your teeth. Or you have to go, it's not too late if you want to do your braces because you've always wanted to do that. That's just cosmetics. But you got to start doing maintenance on this body, this one vehicle that you were given to house your soul as you walk this plane, right? And I find that we don't take care of ourselves like that. I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. If you're with, and I want the men to hear this, if you're with a woman and she cooks for you religiously, and she cook all of the fatty things, them, all the messed up things, them, you know, the artery clogging, heart stopping food, them that taste so good, but they're just greasy and the cheese stretched this long, and you're eating like that 7 days a week. She's a part of that, the problems that are coming. Because when your arteries are clogged and blood can't get to your hoo-ha and you can no longer do nothing for her, I've seen women do this. Them go tell them friend, boy, girl, him pop down, you know, me no know. It's like me not get no time. Him can't even get it up. Yeah, it don't. But if it could have even reach halfway up, it would have be okay. Me could have worked with it, but it dead. And these things. So ladies, you love that man. You really love him. You thinking longevity with him. You better help him to survive, right? Me know a woman out there now who take control, and she's like, "No, I don't. You will get that on Friday, but this week, this is what we're eating, and we're sticking to it." And him over there, and him listen, and him eat. Sometimes you have to put your foot down as a woman. If this is your life partner, don't just give up and just be like, "Well, I just the fatty food him want all the time, so I'm just gonna give him all the fatty food, saturated fat, and all the long ingredients, something them when can't pronounce. And them thing them like make him kill himself and just feed him them something there all the time." No, you gotta put your foot down. So put your foot down sometimes and say, "Hey, I don't think this is good for you." This brother says he doesn't think that his wife, she says she don't care, or it doesn't bother her. 49. Check this out. And I came to a realization. If he's 49, he's older than I am. But still, not too far off. I came to a realization that you hit these ages, 45, you're at midlife. You know, we have this saying, midlife, oh, them I go through midlife crisis and midlife this and mid. Let me clue you in. All right. We're still young and we still look good and everything like that. We're still active, and those who take care of themselves still really can go and look good and active and thing. But 45 is mid-age, is midlife. How many people do you know that live to 100? Because if everybody lived to 100, or 100 was the standard, given a few might not make it, but 100 was the standard, then 50 would be midlife. You're halfway there to the 100, right? Most people you know don't make it to 100. Most people you know fall out in their 70s, 60s, and 70s. 80s, maybe if them got a long route. So 35, 40 to 45 is midlife. It's midlife. So if you haven't taken care of yourself before, then there's a time now that you should be. And as you age, there are certain things that you cannot do anymore. I know your body used to process everything differently, and you could drink all night and wake up in the morning and still be at work on time, and you could put down many shots of alcohol and all this, and your kidneys would filter it out with no problem and all that. Your body doesn't work like that anymore as you get older. As you get older, there are certain things you have to let go. And some of us don't want to look at ourselves as getting older. You want to keep telling yourself that I'm still young, man, I'm still young. You know what I mean? Dente D says 40, 45, you're halfway there. Of course. 40 is half of 80, my friend. 45 is half of 90. You're there. See? Don't look at it as we have the stigma, oh, old, and you don't control time. Be thankful you lived that long. Be thankful you've been around this long and you're still healthy. Now take care of it for the rest of the way. Here's another way to look at it. Whatever you invest today is how it's going to pay off tomorrow. Right? So those who use and abuse it today, they will feel the consequences of it tomorrow. They might not feel nothing now, and they might try to tell themselves that I'm good, I can still do this and that. Watch closely. Watch closely and see what happens, right? I'm a big advocate for exercising. If you can afford it, get you a gym membership at a good gym. If you can't afford a good gym and or you don't have time for that, walk a brisk walk for about an hour every day should be good enough to get, the blood pumping and whatnot. Here's the thing about blood pumping on a scientific level. This is your arteries, right? And your blood flows through your arteries, right? When that artery starts to get clogged, do you know that vigorous exercise will actually push whatever those pieces are that are in there out the way, flush those out your system. But if they lay dormant, they start to stick to your walls of your arteries, and then they start to harden. When they start calcifying inside of your arteries, you're looking at stroke and heart attack and developing hypertension and diabetes and all these things. So just a little exercise. So many of us have given up on exercise. I have a brethren who he's diabetic. He said it like this. He goes, I'm not doing no exercise. I'm not a fan of exercise because just like how if you overuse something, you mash it up faster. So if I'm exercising, I'm overusing my heart. So I'm going to mash up my heart faster. I look at him like somebody that is just accepted his faith. And he's relatively young. So he's accepted his faith that he's not going to do no exercise. His belly is getting big. He's eventually going to succumb to whatever comes next, right? My sister, who is a herbalist, my sister said, if you see a big belly on a man, some of you, we've gotten to the age now where we admire, whether it's fake or real, we admire. And, you let your woman get to 300 pounds and you tell her how sexy she is still, and big girls need love too, and big girls are sexy. And you're not telling her anymore the truth that, like, babe, you're morbidly obese. And this right here is going to kill you early. Same thing for the man. That big ass gut that you see, and these females rubbing it and talking about my zaddy, and I love a man with some handles and all that. Don't encourage all that. We all have different body types, so not everybody has a six-pack, but don't encourage all that unhealthy behavior. See? Everything in moderation. And you don't have to live the kind of life where you're strict on everything. Don't eat this and I only eat this way, and you're not enjoying life at all. But everything in moderation. You can partake of everything in moderation. Steve Wright, big up yourself and thank you. I appreciate you. Steve Wright says, start early, taking pumpkin seed and saw palmetto, and still check your prostate annually. Yes, I've known about the saw palmetto and pumpkin seed as well. Okay. So he says start early, pumpkin seed and saw palmetto. I've always known about the saw palmetto, right? So it's natural for these things to happen to you as you age, but you can't just let yourself go. Now, with these natural things happening to you, and then you doing like not taking care of your body, you're going to have other things that are unnatural that are going to be happening to you in the process as well. This one says, my wife. Okay, let me go back to that part. Okay, I don't know. Once a month is a lot for us these days. I try to muster up the desire. and the energy so she gets it once per month. But there are times when 2 months will go by. You see, marriage is a hell of a thing. Marriage is a hell of a thing because say if you're single, right, you can go get your kicks. But if you're a good person and you're married and you're living within your vows, when your partner simply cannot do and it turns into months at a time. Fallon Carrington says, women of such have an agenda. What does that mean? Women of such have an agenda. Marriage is a hell of a thing. His woman says she doesn't mind. I'm starting to think aging sucks. You know, I was told that aging sucks. I was told by one of my patients that don't get old. He said, don't get old. Nothing works anymore. Remember I told y'all before, I said when I'm in the medical facilities, I normally speak to those who are older, and they usually tell me stuff like, yeah, I'm turning 100 in a few days. I don't know how I got here. I mean, I lived every day of the journey and I have good memories, but it seems like time went by like this. And I would sit here and think, damn, 100 years, that's a long time. You know, I'm not even half of that yet. And I feel like I've been here for a long time. But now I'm looking at me like, how the hell did I get here? Like, feels like yesterday, like, you know, so it goes by. I speak to them, but they all say the same thing about aging. But those are the ones who didn't take care of themselves. You know, aspirin a week will help. See, people have all these different saw palmetto, pumpkin seed, aspirin a week. It's just like so. And as you get older, there's so many things to keep up with. There's so many things to keep up with. Kataja Empress says the aspirin should be daily, 81 milligrams. Do you need to be on an aspirin regimen though? A new woman. Beast Boy says a new woman. Beast Boy, you're thinking, because he's been married for 11 years, right? So you're thinking she kill him something. We have a saying in the Caribbean, one hen kill cock. You're thinking she kill him something. Like he's no longer attracted to wifey. Like that's what's going on. Boy, it could be too, you know. It could be too. And thanks for mentioning that, because I've said this before. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. It's the same thing you're looking at all the time. It's just like me feeding you. Okay, you say oxtail is your favorite food. I'm going to oxtail you to death. You get oxtail Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You might like that at first. Sunday, by Monday roll around again, you're going to start saying, okay, what's for dinner today? I'm like, more oxtail. Like, want something else now. Give me some. I want some brown stew chicken or something. Give me something other than oxtail. But oxtail was your favorite, right? Until you start this. I think that's human nature. And I think it's the same. That's why I would say one hen kill cock. It's and that's why people would tell you, but you have to spice it up. And that's why marriages work. And you have to put a lot into it. Yeah, you have to remember she have to remember to keep it sexy. You have to remember to be spontaneous and be romantic and bring out whatever is in her. And all this is a team effort and all that. 11 years together is a long time. But 11 years, there's people that have been together for 50 years, 60 years, and they make it work, you know? Oxtail, oxtail again. That's what you're gonna be saying. That's how you start looking at your partner after a couple of years in your marriage. It's like, you again, especially if they're not. I know sometimes you get married to somebody who is not really compatible, and for some reason that's where you end up, right? Whatever wild hair you got up your cuckoo that made you feel like, yes, this is the person I want to go all in, and you dive in, and then ring pan finger and paper sign, and then you're realizing, like, we're really not compatible. You know, and as the years go by, the division gets wider and wider and wider. You're going out to work or going out to somewhere, you don't even say bye. You don't even say, I'll be back. You just left. She going somewhere, she don't even say bye. She come in from work, she don't even say hi, baby. Nothing. You don't even say how was your day. Nothing. Nobody no care. Everybody just moving. It gets to that in some relationships. So I don't know the dynamics of their relationship, but he's saying once a month, and sometimes even 2 months will go by before him clap her cheeks, do something, get himself. I'm not there yet, but I can't. And the advice that I could give is this: keep it sexy. Keep it sexy. Let me see. Me and wife are going on 7 years. Yeah, and I think we're compatible, at least in that department, because I have a wife that never says no to me. Okay, in 7 years, I think my wife probably has said no once or maybe twice, and it's probably because she was sick or not feeling good or something like that. But once or maybe twice. So there's many dynamics to this why this could be happening to him, but he just doesn't have the desire. Medically, you want to go get checked out, right? Brother Sam never miss a episode, and him watch way on his way on the train every morning to work. So I could talk directly and say maybe you need to go get checked out. Testosterone levels naturally fall as you age. Remember before when you went to the gym before, it was easy to get chiseled up. It was easy to get bulky muscles. It was easy to, and then as you age, you're doing all that workout and you're slimming down and you're not bulkying up and you're not rounding up like you used to. Your testosterone levels might have fallen. Sometimes a low testosterone level also indicates other things, right? To include issues with the prostate, cancer, and so on and so forth. Not diagnosing you. I'm not a doctor. I don't even know you like that. But I'm just saying, start there by getting a complete checkup. Get a complete checkup first and figure out what's going on with you. And then get your testosterone levels checked and see what's going on with you. Because he's saying it's his desire, like him not even want it. And that's funny. I was watching Dave Chappelle, and Dave Chappelle made a joke. Dave Chappelle said, I think he said he hit 49. And when he hit 49, he was like, I'm downstairs. I'm in my study. And he was there doing some work. And then, he had thoughts of pleasuring himself and stuff. So he was like, I got to it. So he got to it. And this is when I knew that something wasn't right. He was like, in the middle of doing that, I just stopped. No, not because it went down, not because, I just stopped. I didn't feel like it anymore. The desire just left. In the middle of doing it, the desire left. You got so revved up like you wanted to do this, right? And then in the middle of it, it's like, and just walk away from it. Like you just left. Don't even feel for it. It happens. It happens. And as you age, it's going to happen. I mean, not only that, you got to think about this too. This thing called sex, you've been doing it pretty much your whole life, right? You've been doing it, most of us, since we were legal age then, because we're keeping this legal. Let's go with 18. All the way up until you're now, 49. That's a lot of years of doing that. You're probably tired. You're probably tired of it too. You probably need a break. And we talked about that before. Sometimes it's good to take a break. Sometimes it's good to just be apart from each other. You might. Soldier 819 says in mileage high. The car not truck like it used to. The 45 ain't busting like a 45 no more. It's busting like a 49. 49. God have mercy. It's nature, man. Oh, just some water. Warm water with some lemon in it. I'm trying to alkalize my body. Them thing that good for you. Switch out. Try to switch from like juices that have high fructose corn syrup in it and these things. Those of us who live in a foreign and eat all kind of foolishness all day. Dribbles out. LOL. It can. Well, ooh. The creator, the almighty creator, must have a sense of humor. Must. And with that said, we too must have a sense of humor. I don't plan on aging like me distraught. Aging like I'm mad and angry at the world because I'm aging. I plan on aging not properly, but good. As in, I'm gonna make jokes. I'm gonna crack jokes. Remember, Bada Cat said him reach 50 and I'm going at the mirror and take off him clothes and look on himself and him say, arms, 50 years old today, still good. Chest, 50 years old today, still firm and good. Belly, 50 years old today, and legs, firm and good. You pick up him something. Let me say, you would have been 50 years old today if you were still alive. And them kind of joke there, me want to crack about myself. You would have been 50 years old today if you were still alive. That means that dead long time, right? It passed away before the rest of you passed away. Not true? I don't think they'll go on with you. And it's natural. It's not arms, 50 years old today, still strong. Reach down a son talk about you would have been live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Good morning. How you do, brother?
Good morning, family. How are you?
All right, so far. I won't keep up the time. Quick question. Do you think marriage can survive a man being impotent?
Yes, man. I actually, yes. Me know people that's doing it. More than one.
All right, me listen to your reply.
All right. The brother asked a question just now. Do I think that a marriage can survive impotence? Remember, me telling you, marriage is something serious. For those of you who don't know what impotency is, you would have been 50 today if you're still alive. That's impotency. It dead. All right. It took flight, leave. It's gone home to the maker. Before the rest of you, it was RIP'd. Right? The choir is singing. It no longer is with us or with him. That part. Can your marriage survive that? That's why you have to married for the right reasons. You have to marry for the right reasons. Some man running are married because a sexy body and she know fit fling it this one, do that, yes one, do the something them. That only lasts so long. Yeah. You want to marry for all the right reasons. You want to marry for compatibility. You want to marry because this person is actually your friend before everything else. Somebody who you can subtract sex from the equation and still enjoy life with. You want to marry. I'm just saying. I've been married before. I'm telling you, you want to marry for the right reasons. And with that, if you marry for the right reasons, I think when you find yourself aging, you're with your friend. Because nobody make this feel like, say, only men have issues when we're aging. The woman, them are going to have them issues too. Right? So it's going to be a give and take thing. I guess the two of them are going to sit down over there and laugh. And that should be the beauty about life. Y'all went from when there was no issues and we used to do it all the time and all this stuff to she have to find it now because she's frustrated and heat a build up. Plus she go through menopause and she just hot in you. And then you over there look on you or something and a box it on it now and do nothing. Even though she turn herself so in a little piece or something and you used to clap it and you can't clap it again and these kind of things. And you have to schedule dates now and try twice and these things. You want somebody you can age with and you can laugh through stuff with. Not true? You don't want somebody who will look on you like, you falling apart and I'm leaving. I'm thinking about leaving. There's going to come a day when they're going to be falling apart and they're going to hope that somebody is there when they're falling apart. So yeah, it's that kind of a mindset of a person you want to be with. So if you're married the wrong person in the first place for all the wrong reasons, then it's going to filter out in the end. If you married the wrong person for all the wrong reasons, it's going to filter out in the end. True story. Again, it's a patient. HIPAA violation, can't say when, where, who, why, or whatever. But I remember this particular patient had a stroke and came to the facility doing the PT, OT, speech therapy, everything, complete therapy. And we got him ready to go home, right? His wife, though, used to come up there all the time. His wife was, bad. And obviously way younger than him. She used to come up there all the time, drive his big truck on, come up to the facility, and she was like, she'll pull us, she would go talk to him, and she'll be like, "You ready to come home, baby? And all this, I can't wait to have you home." And then she would come to us outside of his company and be like, "Can't y'all keep him here a bit longer? Because I'm not ready for him to come home. I can't help him to transfer from the chair to the bed. I can't help him. I'm gonna be burnt out." We're like, "Yo, you see what's going on here?" She's going in there telling him, "You ready to come home, baby? I can't wait for you to come home." And then she'll come tell us, the therapy staff, that, "Can y'all keep him here any longer? This and that. We'll see what we can do. He can use some more therapy." So they're like, "Yeah, max out this insurance. We'll see what we can do." She's like, "Yeah, max it out. Like, get him as much therapy as possible." Long story short, that man went home. And when he came back, he went home, and he was home for like a day. And to how she involved with whoever she involved with and didn't plan to stop, he's in one side of his house where she park him, right? Because she set up the house different, because now he's in a wheelchair, which he wasn't before. She set up the house different, and they go over there and do a home assessment to make sure the wheelchair can go from here to there, and he's not going to be falling out, bumping into anything. He can get around safe in that side of the house. He has a huge house. On the other side of the house, he heard clappings and his wife making all kinds of noises. And this is what he told us when he came back to the facility. He called us to come get him. Man, the morning when he came to the facility, she was driving his truck. Big truck pull up. Get him out with them on the truck. Get him out. And with the stroke, he has so he's talking like this and stuff, and one side of his body is not working anymore, and he's trying to cuss her out. "You nasty bitch. Yeah, I heard you last night. You stink bitch. I could have killed you." So listen, if you married the wrong person for all the wrong reasons, it's going to filter out in the end. You hear me? You have to make sure you married your friend. You have to make sure you married a person there where when you subtract sex from the equation, there is still friendship there. You're somebody they still want to be around. You're somebody they respect, they love, they care for, they cherish you. "I want you in my life. I want to be a part of your life for the rest of life." If that ain't the talk, you my person. If that's not the talk, don't go in there. And if you're in there already, you're in for a rude awakening, because it happens, right? So to the question, if I think that a marriage could survive impotency, yes. There are people that are doing it, okay? Llewellyn, the famous comedian, she just raunchy as hell. She always talk about dick and big dick this and that. And she said, "Yeah, me and my husband did all we had to do. We've been together quite some time now, or whatever. Right now, he's sick, right? And he can't do nothing. And let me tell a bit about my personal life," she said. And she goes, "He hasn't been able to do nothing for a while." Lunel, thank you, Kata Jai Empress. He hasn't been able to do anything for a while. We talking about a couple of years. And I'm good, right? I got all I needed to get already. I'm good. Now it's time to focus on getting him better," she said. And I was like, yo, right there. She's not talking about, "I haven't had none in a while, and you know me, I like my stuff all the time, and since you can't do it, I'm out." Remember, we had a female call in, and she said that, and she was like, "I don't care, SouFlo. I don't care if it's sickness. I don't care if it's whatever. Call me a freak, girl, and once him can't do it, once the body can't turn up, me gone, me a cut. Me not care if him did that give me a good life all along and we're married or whatever, and I'm just being honest. I can't do it." Well, there are people like that. There are people like that. When they were taking their wedding vows with you, they were saying, "For good, silence. I use it for worse. For better, you say for worse. She never said for worse. Or he never said for worse. Right? Them come for the good and the better and the riches and the happiness. And that's it. No sadness, no poverty, no bad, no. So you have to be careful who you married. Right? Because marriage is for life. There's nobody trying to get married to get divorced. Marriage is for life. So yes, it can survive, but it has to be one of those cases, right? You have to know who you are marrying. Absolutely, Soji. Absolutely. In Skataja Empress said, in sickness and in health, I am here forever because he's my friend. Exactly. Exactly. That person has to be your friend first before anything else. You know, your friend don't break up because body stop work or because something wrong with she and you and friend is friend, right? But when people are in it for other reasons and those other reasons start to not be there anymore, people start packing their bags and throwing up deuces. Live on the air with SouFLo, good morning.
Morning, SouFLo.
Morning, family. Nobody tell me say y'all wanna.
No, I suppose I grow up and see, right?
Yeah.
I keep seeing that happen even as we get older. I'm 26. Right? Them old one, they were lovely, them good wife, young girl.
God almighty.
You know what I never to get mashed up?
Yeah, it happened.
Man,
I true, yeah.
Right? When we young, right? I'm this kind of white man of Jamaica, one big song, right? If I didn't wear it straight up, I pick me, and I'm left with one for young girl. I'm kind of married her.
Marry the young girl.
Marry the young girl.
Mm-hmm.
Young girl did that grandma look a wee dead boy around the corner.
I saw.
And then it ended up getting divorced. Our young girl clean out and take every goddamn thing. Then I come back to the like I stop. Then I had a story where my mother got her own sperm, right? She got her own sperm. And my wife living up for 35 years, you know?
Raw, Ted.
I'm gonna let you divorce a man, I'm gonna marry a young girl, you know? But the artist spot about it, if I divorce a woman, you know? Who's this woman show up and go on to the floor?
And then
what? Disgrace lady.
35 years with him wife.
Yes, I tell him I said, you're not just swinging at your waist again. I will never forget.
I'm tired of oxtail every day.
Swinging at the waist again.
I saw him tell her.
That's exactly what if you just go on and leave the lady, you must embarrass her. And you hear her talk about the stroke.
Yeah.
The same stroke something there.
I have to tell him.
Right. And you got, she can't be a man not out and I must stay in the next bedroom and
I'll hear them.
You're gonna take money and cash. I should end up divorcing and take off everything. No, I think him then I'm Kingston Public Hospital and live.
God
big
have
man, they have
mercy.
whole lot money. So some of them stuff me have to happen to some of them man, yeah. Or they need to date for the
Stay in the
years.
next room, my ear or a tech body. My God. Call my
If it happen to them, some of them are like them with them age. Them born, them with them age. As a young girl, we don't want to know. We don't want to know. We want to look a school fee. I look a set up in a life. You put me up.
I move along.
Yeah, man, I set up my life. When me done, sir, you have to go.
Yeah.
Young buddy.
Yeah.
That's how you go. We don't want to know. Need to stop it.
So when your time come now, you gotta make sure you're there with somebody your age though.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
No, I want somebody close to me age. But somebody old man, you would tell me I want them, you know. You would tell them outright.
And then still come.
Bother you. So when I'm about a young girl, them out, I do sorry for them. Only if you look on the age, they within the age, you don't want to. You know they ask you, cannot manage your pum pum, but you want it. Leave it alone, sir. Goodbye, sir.
Big up yourself. Yo, he will die trying. That's how we stay. You know you can't manage, but I will die trying. I mean, I'm gonna try. I mean, I'll get it and try. Come, bring it, come now. Put it down right there, some man. Let me see what me can do with it. She'll kill young girl, I kill him. Then strokes. Eh? My God. Yo, listen. When telling wife say after 35 years, you don't have this swing in your hips anymore. Okay, sir. Okay. I'm sure you not perform like you used to anymore either. And you don't look like you used to anymore either. That's unfair. That is unfair as hell. You understand? It's unfair as hell, but you know, in Asian culture, they make that work all the time though, where the woman is significantly older than the man, and then make it work. And she is faithful and they're fine. Because them think more of stability, children, and a future for the children. Like, are we gonna send little Bujabi to the medical school? Are we gonna send Pingu to law school? I want my son to be a doctor. I want my daughter to be a lawyer, and then pursue these things, right? And then look and see who run the world as far as technology goes, as far as, I'm serious, look, as far as technology goes, as far as doctorate goes, as far as all these things. And it's because they're structured differently. And they don't think like that. They think differently, right? So a young girl from a lower class or caste system in place then would be given to this older man. And she says, and I've watched a documentary on them where they say, what is love? It's like a Western thing that they make up, this love thing. You can learn to love somebody, and love has to be learned, right? So the marriage comes first with a proper arrangement, and then it's a business transaction, and then the love will come later as we grow together. I'm going to have to learn him, she have to go learn me, blah, 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 and them do it differently. They're not talk about, no, I'm young buddy, and you're old, so I'm just going to yam out everything and get what I can get now, and then when you pop down, I'm gone, and them something there. They look at stuff differently than we do. You know, but for the brothers that out there, my main message to you this morning, though, is take care of yourself. Make sure you get your regular checkups. I hate going to the doctor. And I use the word hate. I don't like to use the word hate because hate is a strong, strong word. But I hate going to the doctor, but I go. You understand? I go because I want to know. And there are things that happen to us that you have level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. No matter wait till it reach level 4 and these things. Then you're like acting surprised. Oh my God, I have 6 months to live. Some of these things could be A, prevented, or B, treated and get you back to some normalcy, extend your life if they're caught early. So put away that fear there like I do and go. I'm encouraging you to go. I'm not a medical doctor. I can't diagnose you, especially through a screen and I don't know you, but you are not alone. All the things that are happening to you are things that are happening to a lot of other men around you. Some just don't want to talk about it because that's how our culture is. That's how we were raised. You know, our culture is highly sexualized, especially in today's world. So people are not allowed to even age anymore. Like, your sexual prowess diminishes as you age. What's so hard to accept about that? No, them have all kind of drugs and something, and go see this doctor because you're supposed to be beating bricks for like a whole hour straight and all this. And you're like, I'm 50 years old. Yeah, you should be stiff as a pole and going as long as a racehorse, and it's not. It's not. Something them that way you used to do when you did younger, and you have to accept that those days are gone, right? Just like your grandfather can't run a marathon with you, even though you're out of shape, you can probably get around the laps on the track way more than he could, right? So you have to accept these things. And so age gracefully, man. Stop lying to yourself about what it really is that's going on with you. It's hard to accept sometimes. It's like the old person that's trying to cross the street, right? And them sitting like, and they're like, yeah, I can make it across. I see them in Manhattan all the time. And they get stuck in the middle. I can make it, and they go. And then you hear, pom, pom. I've even seen people come out of them car and help the person out of the road because your mind is telling you, I can make it across. My leg them still good. Everything's still all right. And you step out and you don't have enough time. And you're there, shuffle walk. And you made it halfway through and the light changed and traffic start run now. You're about to get ran over. That's life. That's life. It's going to be hard to accept certain things as you age, but accept it. The sooner you accept it, the better. And then tailor your life around that. You know what I'm saying? Pariah says, so true. I don't want to hear if you came a couple of months before the results would be different. Boy, man. Yo, it is what it is. Check yourself before you wreck yourself, Jane Ander. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. That's true? Roxy21 says, good morning, SouFlo and everyone. So happy to make it in this morning. Thanks for being here with us, Roxy21. Kaitai Jai Empress says, and you cannot be embarrassed in speaking to your doctor. He needs to know full details as to what is going on. 100. Absolutely. Because some people go to the doctor and act like the doctor say, are you feeling any pains anywhere? And they're like, nah, I'm good. That time them a poo-poo, and when them looking at the toilet, blood in there with the doodoo. That time them belly bottom a hurt them so bad, them over there sip Cersei and pray about it and a flip Bible pages. No, you need to tell thank you, Kaitai Jai Empress. You need to tell the doctor, like, yo, I've been feeling like these chest pains that sharp. And when they come, they stop me. And then I have to like get myself together for a minute and then go. Okay, they have to look into that, right? My belly stays hurting in this one spot right here, like a sharp stabbing pain out of nowhere. And I'm seeing blood in my stool and blah, blah, blah. You have to tell the doctor everything. My personal thing, let me let you in on a little, just because I'm trying to encourage the brothers to go. So I had a back injury in the Army, right? And when I got out, because of how I was training in the Army, it was exacerbated through training, heavy training with back injury. It just no work out good. So it was always some issues going on, but I have such a high tolerance for pain. Just a little secret, as a U.S. Army infantry soldier, you are trained to have a high tolerance for pain. So my tolerance for pain is not the normal person's tolerance for pain. At the level where the average person would have been bawling, crying, quitting, begging for help, I'm comfortable at that level, right? So things will happen to me, and I'm like when I got shot in my foot, right? And when I got shot, the blood was squirting up so high and hitting the wall. And I'm walking around. Everybody else was frantic. And I'm like, hey, grab me that shirt over there. I tied my stuff up, right? And come, take me to the hospital. And hop. Even when I got to the hospital, I wasn't feeling nothing. But I'm just saying, my tolerance for pain is high. But my last checkup at the doctor, which was a week ago, I told the doctor, like that same, because I'm not training like that anymore. Wifey said, you're coming back to normal now. Like you're becoming a civilian again. You're coming back to normal now. I decompress, I guess. So that lower back injury off my spinal cord has this numbness that shoots down the side of my legs, right? I'm pinching the outside of my leg like this. Sometimes I can't feel nothing. And I'm looking at myself pinching it and can't feel nothing on the outside of my leg. So when I told you I have an appointment with a neurologist, that's what it's about. So we have to check yourself, really. Like somebody said, check yourself before you wreck yourself. But we have to check ourselves and we have to let them know straight up, yo, this is what's going on with me. Don't wait till it gets too late and your body parts stop functioning completely before you're like, hey, man, I'm going through this and I'm going through that. And they check and they're telling you, well, you're dead tomorrow. God be with you. Yeah, choose what you want, go heaven or hell, how you been living, kind of thing, you know? So, hey man, I'm encouraging all of you, and I'm encouraging the ladies as well who are in these men's life to do the same. Encourage them. You know, this is not a woman's morning when we can say, encourage her to go get a mammogram, encourage her to get I want to get pap smear. A pap smear? A pap smear? Oh, my wife out there, so. A pap smear, babe? Yeah, encourage her to do the same. Let's just put it this way in a nutshell. Encourage each other to get checked regularly, right? This is somebody that you really care about. You should be thinking longevity with this person, not left them careless and make them dead off early. Although some people will make you dead off early because they know you have a good insurance policy and them depend on it. So they make sure say that you want fatty food, you want extra cheese on that burger, you want a triple meat burger. The burger comes stock 3 meat tall with 4 layers of cheese under each meat. No lettuce, no tomato, no nothing. Kill them, kill you off early here. All right, so be careful. With that said, baby, I go ahead, Jim. All right. Where my babies at? All right. Sandra Coelho says, yes, aging sucks. Wait. What's what she just said? Hold on. Yes, SouFLo taught real. Better early than later. Prostate is catch early. It could save your woody. Yeah, but remember the man will tell us him did go through the whole prostate thing, and him after treatment and stuff for years after his stuff couldn't work either. But he got an implant done because he was tired of going through relationships where, you know, them would have cheat on him and left him because something couldn't work. So he says now it worked better than it ever worked, even with the real one, because him get an implant. You just have to have the money to do it. How much him did say? And I said I'm gonna start saving just in case. At 10,000? You sure not 30,000? At thousands of US dollars, man. But anyway, him get the thing. Yeah, I'm saying pump it up and, you know, feel like the real thing, and 30,000 can't impress. So there's hope for us after all, if worse come to worse. But you don't want to reach this, because you might not have the 30,000. And then you have to go just deal with daddy. Right? Daddy D says, my Uber driver last night tells me that she was having a chest tightness since the entire day yesterday. She's dropping me off exactly 1 minute from the hospital, and I told her that she needs to go check. And I bet she won't. I bet she'll probably keep on thinking, I got to pick somebody else up. I got to make this money, because that's what she out there doing, right? We get caught up in life, people. Listen, this is real stuff. Big people, right? We're big people. We're not kids over here. We get caught up in life. We get caught up with responsibilities. We start putting the most important things on the back burner so we can get to other things. And I'm not talking about partying and staying out all night. The whole hour responsible. Some of us are still raising children. Some of us are raising young children. Some of us are more caught up in working, saving, investing, planning for the future. But if your health is not right, that future you're working, saving, planning for, you're not going to get there. So all that stuff that you working, saving, planning, somebody else are going to enjoy that, not you. So you have to make sure that your health is there. Longevity. That's what we are dealing with, right? Now, with that said, you know, I've seen cases where people eat right. Them don't smoke, them don't drink. If you ask them, I've never smoked a day in my life. I cannot tell you what alcohol tastes like. That's what they'll tell you. I get on my bike and I ride 10 miles a day, Monday to Friday. Saturday, I rest and go swimming at the beach. I'm still getting physical. I only eat vegan, this, that, and the other. Dead from a heart attack. Dead from a massive stroke. I've seen these things happen, right? I've seen these things happen. So we don't control time. We really don't control the ultimate. If you notice, most people that leave They didn't know they were leaving that day. When I say leave, I mean transcending. I hate to use the word dead. Dead is like, but that's what we know it as, right? Most people who transcend, who leave, they did not know that today was the day they were leaving. That tells me that we're not in control. But in the meantime, don't try to do anything to speed yourself up out of here. Live the best life you can live and the best quality of life that you can live. All right? Your Louis bags and your name brand this and your all that and your cavities are like screaming at you. Please go to the dentist. Your mouth smells like feet. Please go to the dentist. You know what I'm saying? Like people caught up in the wrong. I lie, babe. People caught up in the wrong stuff. You know, your health is first, man. Your nice car, everybody see you whipping it, the X6 and this, oh, he's doing well. And your body is like falling apart. You're rotting from the inside out. Like, go to the doctor. Go spend your money somewhere where it contributes to your health and you being here for a good time to come. Not true? All right. That me I left on with this morning. Stop collecting material things and take care of your health and go travel. That me as Secretary Empress. Right now I'm looking for some place to go. And I'm thinking Mexico it might be. Because I've never been and I want to. But just checking things off the bucket list. Stop collecting material things and take care of your health and go travel. Me not tell everybody to do that. But whoever that message struck, it strikes me because I love traveling and I'm about taking care of my health. May I look somewhere for go right now. Right now. My problem is I always, may I look somewhere for go, may I look somewhere for go. And what we do, babe? End up at Jamaica. Let's just go to a different part of Jamaica this time and act like we're in a different country. That kind of stuff. Jamaica is so alluring with all we are going. Let's just go to, may I plan to go somewhere soon too. So true. Health is priority. One love, Jamaica. Agreed. Jamaica, I am coming soon. I'm telling you. All right. Manners and respect to each and every one of you, man. Big up yourself and thank you. I appreciate you greatly for tuning in. And I'll catch you tomorrow morning. And men, listen to what I'm telling you. Go get checked. Go get a full physical done. And if there's anything that's happening to you that you've been keeping a secret, tell it to your doctor. Don't be embarrassed. If you're more comfortable having a male doctor than a female doctor, then request it and switch it out or whatever. But tell it to your doctor. All right? Catch y'all tomorrow morning right here on Morning Thoughts. And don't forget, Donaldson, say her name. We not forget Arnita. There's a rumor going around about something about him and the baby mother was seen going to a private garbage truck with big black garbage bags or something like that. I don't want to say that's factual or anything because I don't know. I'm just saying y'all might have heard those rumors as well. But we'll stay close to the Donaldson story as well, right? And we're hoping for the best. But I'm having a feeling spiritually that that's not what it's going to be. All right. One love, people. Take care of yourself and take care of each other. See you again. Peace.